Hello there, Alder here, and today I'm going to continue playing LEGO Star Wars. Now, I'm not just going to continue playing it in order to continue playing it. I'm actually going to be talking about a very specific subject that is near and dear to most of our hearts, and that being the Tantive 4. Well, the Battle of Tantive 4. Sadly, there is so much information in the Battle of Tantive 4, that it is nearly impossible. Oh my god, skip this! Thank you. Alright. Yeah, there's so much information on the Battle of Tantive 4, I figured that I'd just take it kind of piece by piece at a time. I'm not going to be talking about Danger. I'm not going to be talking about the other Imperial officers. I'm not going to be talking about Antilles, or really any of them. I'm mostly going to be talking about the Stormtroopers, because they are who I love. Can I skip this too? No? Maybe? No. Well, this gives you at least a little bit of information of what the Tantive 4 is, if you didn't remember what it was. Anyways, well... so smexy. Okay, so let's actually talk first on... Let's talk first on the Stormtrooper commander that actually led the charge against the rebels in this cinematic tale. That being, well, he doesn't really even have a name, which is a little bit upsetting. I'm actually really surprised for the Star Wars galaxy that has named pretty much everybody in the cantina and everybody in Jabba's palace. This commander doesn't get a name, and that is very surprising to me. Yes. He is, and it's not like he's a clone trooper or anything. He is a human male, though it doesn't state from what planet he's from, but it is very specific that he is not a clone. I think they only mention that mostly because his voice in no way resembles that of a clone. Let's see. If you guys want to know exactly who he is, if you guys are not sure who I'm talking about, he's the guy that reports to Vader and says the battle station plans are not in the main computer. He's that guy. Ooh, power thing. Oh, snap. Which actually, in the radio drama, he takes the place of Danger. He has Danger's lines, which is pretty cool, actually, at least in my opinion. He's a badass enough that he is willing to argue with Vader, at least in the radio drama version of Star Wars. There is something about him, though. He is kind of a prick. Like, they talk about that in his personality profile. They go into enough detail to say that he's a dick and that he has openly humiliated and what was it? He abused rebels. He abused the rebel captives that they did capture, and they did capture a lot of rebels. Their main quest wasn't to kill them all, it was actually just to capture them. They did a lot of was abusive to them. Captain Ailey's is the looking out one. Vader's asked, "We intercepted no transmission. We're a consular ship. We're on a diplomatic mission to Alder. If this is any death." So that's Antilles, and kind of worked, actually. because not all of the crew died. They were detained for a long time, but they weren't all killed. Yes. But here's the thing. The Empire actually does not look too kindly on those sorts of actions. They are not too happy when their commanding officers are, well, pricks like that. And the commander is actually reprimanded, and, well, you know what happens to most people. He's reprimanded Darth Vader. A scary mofo. Oh my god, lag! Stab it! Yeah. Okay. It's terrible anymore. Oh, I can't wait to get a new computer. It'll be interesting going through this entire mission as a stormtrooper and Darth Vader. Give me that. So yes, as I have said, the stormtrooper does not have a name at all, or even a planet. Or even a planet that he lives off of. So I've decided to give him the name Raythek Antilles. And here's why. Because there is, in the Star Wars universe alone, like in the movies, there are 3 different Antilles. And none of them have anything to do with one another. There is Captain Antilles of the Tantive 4. There is Wedge Antilles of the Rebellion. There's Wedge Antilles of the Rebellion, and then there's Come on. Come on. And then there's a Senator Antilles. So really, Antilles is like the Smith of the Star Wars universe. So I decided to go with Raythek Antilles, and I rather like the name. And he is from the planet Bestine. So if anybody ever asks you, who's the commander that said that, you tell him Raythek, because Alder said so. He doesn't have a backstory. He also doesn't have a point in which he dies. So if anybody out there really wants to write like a Star Wars novelization using characters from the movies, he doesn't have an end story. So you can make whatever you want up for him, which is awesome. Oh god. I lost my little piece of paper. That was a noise. Jesus, Leia. You coulda... Oh, don't do it again. Okay, good. Leia, no. Oh, jeez. Anyways. It looks like Leia is actually about to get captured, because I'm assuming this is where she gives the information to R2, so I might want to talk a little bit about DV692. Now, him I did not give a name, and he doesn't have a name, and that's because he's a clone trooper. I'm not saying anything bad about clone troopers. I'm just saying... You know what? Come on, you. There you go. I'm not saying anything bad about clone troopers. I'm just saying they don't really have names, usually. He was the leader of the squad that actually captures Leia. He was actually the one that shot Leia. And also some interesting information. Okay. The stormtrooper that Leia shoots actually does die. She does get a kill shot on him, which is in itself fairly badass. He's a lower officer. He split his squad in 2 to go down the junctions. They captured quite a few rebels, and I say captured, did not kill. He stunned her with his standard E11 blaster rifle, which I'll talk about later. It's not excessively important right meow. Oh, what is this? Oh, that's neat. Peace. Actually, can I do it to him? Nah, I probably won't. Okay. Yes, as I was saying. Again though, it doesn't give much information about him. So if you really want to write a Star Wars story, you can write a story about him too. It just says that he's a low officer. He was a clone trooper. He's not an ARC. He's not one of the commandos. He's just a trooper that leads a small squadron. And once we come up on it, I'll talk about one of the biggest things. Ooh, cool, I do have him. I'm gonna switch into him because he looks cool. Rebel friend! Yay! They're going to make me do, they're going to make me do one of the things that angers me the most about episodes 1, 2, and 3, and that is use R2's rockets. These dumb things that make it so he can fly, that he straight up doesn't need. He doesn't need them. He's an astromech droid. He has magnetic clamps on the bottom of his feet to connect him to the magnetic ship so that he can fix all the things on the outside of the ship. There's no reason for him to have thruster jets. Why would you give that to an astromech so that he can fly himself off of the ship into nothing? Sorry. That is something that I feel very strongly about, and I have an extreme hatred for. Okay, how the hell do I get over there? Okay, okay, so I know. Okay, maybe I was wrong. Oh, alright, I know, I figured. Anyways, so to talk a little more about something that is actually on the Tantive 4, I'm going to talk a little bit about stormtroopers. Damn. Ah! 3PO! What are you doing? 3PO, come on, dude. Don't. Dude, don't. Come on. Okay. Jesus. Anyways, yes, some things about the actual stormtroopers. Interesting enough, yeah, there's some captured rebels. They're gonna get interrogated today! Oh, no, I'm gonna save them, never mind. Well, I should be interrogating them. Really? Am I? Okay, so apparently Leia can dodge. Oh god, I need to... Oh, you dick! I know you're just doing your job, but right now I have to be your enemy! Oh, jeez. Ah! I'm a warrior! Ah, damn it, okay. Actually, technically, those officers should be wearing black uniforms. Like that guy back there. The officers in the gray uniforms are naval officers, while the officers in the black uniforms are actually stormtrooper officers. Though, even stormtroopers are officers when they're on a ship like this, they would be in regulation stormtrooper armor. They wouldn't be wearing their officers' outfits unless, like, they were planning on not being a part of combat. Like Danger and, oh god, now I can't remember the other dude's name. They were both in black outfits, and that's because they weren't planning on actually being combatants. They were being officers that day. Actually, most people, well, not most people, but some people actually thought that, stormtroop droids. Oh my god, lag, stop it. Ugh. They thought that stormtroopers and clone troopers were actually droids. New types of droids to look more human realistic, but droids nonetheless. the actual Stormtrooper armor is designed to, what's that one? Okay. The actual Stormtrooper armor is designed to, come on, go to him, disperse energy across it to make it so that the human or human-like alien inside, what are those, is actually not killed instantly. Because the Empire actually really does care about their, they really do care about their men, their soldiers. They don't plan on, you know, having them die instantly. So, when you see a lot of the Stormtroopers get shot in this, they actually aren't killed. Hello. Oh, you guys do have weapons. I totally didn't expect that. Alrighty. So yeah, so most of them aren't actually dead. Most of them have just been wounded, and they've just been wounded. Yes. Most of these Stormtroopers have just been wounded and are actually going to be getting medical attention and be put back out there, which, you know, most people don't even think about. Is this where they get off? Yes, it is. Alright. I'm gonna talk about one of the biggest mysteries in Star Wars. Why the hell doesn't the Empire shoot down the escape pod when they see them and they're just like, let's not. I have come up with a reason. The best reason so far that has been given is the Empire is running low on money and they're just trying to save a few extra credits by not wasting the blaster bolts. But I put it to you, what if it isn't a turbo laser that they're manning? What if it's an ion cannon? And anytime they see an escape pod that has humans in it, they blast that with the ion cannon, disabling it so that they can just go out and scoop it up, pull it in, and bam, they got some new prisoners to interrogate. And if they see something that has nobody in it, then there's a very good chance the plans could have been stored into that computer. And if they shoot that with the ion blaster, well, it's gonna destroy the computer and the plans along with it, and they'll never be able to figure out if... They'll never be able to figure out if, damn it. If they destroy the computer with the plans in it, they'd never be able to figure out if the rebels actually have it, if they did find it, whatnot, and they'd have to report that back to the Emperor. And God knows, Darth Vader doesn't want to... Oh, he already lost his other arm. The Emperor zapped him again, actually, when Vader failed him, and Vader lost his other real arm. Yeah. But Vader definitely doesn't want to fail him again that hardcore, so they're trying to as hard as they can. So they wouldn't shoot down that second pod for fear of destroying the plans. So instead, what do? They capture the ship, they try and scour the ship, they don't find it on the ship, they send troopers down to the planet to scour the pod. They would never expect... There's no reason for there to have been droids, as droids don't have permission to go into the escape pods. They're not allowed to use them. They're a human-only, or sentient-only, I guess, kind of thing. So they would have expected you to know just the plans are in the escape pod. So, yeah. So that's the answer. That's why the Empire didn't shoot down the escape pod. And this is something that I, thought of a long time ago, and then when I say a long time ago, I mean, 5 days ago. So, not a long time ago. But, what was I saying? Crap. Yes. it actually makes sense. And I've looked up online what the possible explanation could be when I thought of this, because I was thinking, oh, well, maybe somebody else thought of this. And it's actually this canon. That'd be awesome. And there's nothing. The best explanation there was out there was the Empire was trying to save credits by not wasting their blaster bolts. Which is, you know, said as a joke. It's ridiculous. There's no reason for it. This makes sense. This is an actual idea, and there's nothing in Star Wars canon that says otherwise. There's nothing even in Star Wars legend that says otherwise. Now, the only thing that it could be is the fact that the captain says, well, the whole lines are, there goes another one. Hold your fire. There's no life forms aboard. It must have short-circuited. Now, of course, he would think that it short-circuited because that's the obvious thought. Who would throw the plans into the life pod and have it eject? It doesn't make too much sense, but I mean, it could be that. And they were already told not to ion blast the pods in case they destroy the plans. If there is nobody aboard, because if there is somebody aboard, they're probably holding on to the plans. So, they had their orders, and they followed them. Even though it seemed as though the pod was probably just a short circuit. Anyways, that's my theory about that. And that is the end of this episode, which I might as well go back to Mos Eisley the Cantina. I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode of LEGO Star Wars and this information-packed episode of LEGO Star Wars. And I hope to talk to you guys next time. Hope that you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, and if you think you learned a little bit of something, go ahead and click the like button down below. If you want to see more episodes like this, go ahead and subscribe. And you know what? Comment and tell me what kind of things you would like to see. What kind of information you would like me to report on. I'm planning on doing one for Republic and Imperial Commandos here pretty soon. But if you guys have another one that you would really like to see, some more information you guys would like, just let me know. And I'll talk to you guys in the next episode of whatever I'm doing. Something good. I'll probably be playing a game. Anyways, bye-bye! Oh,